Hey YouTube! So, on to the next stage of my Pepakira armor build. I've printed off the templates. It ends up looking like this. So, here's the first page. And what I've found the best thing to do is, since I think this is 32-pound paper, it mostly works with my printer. Anything bigger than that, not really. The ideal to use, I believe, is 120 or 100-pound paper. So if I made the models out of this, it would be a lot flimsier than I'd want. And I've got one right here, so let me just grab that. For example, here is an arm piece I made, and as you can tell, it's paper, but there's some rigidity to it. Whereas if it was out of this stuff, it would really not work out so well. So what I've been doing is I've been taking these and then gluing them on to basically the thickest cardstock I could find, which was 110 pound. So to do that, I've just been using a handy dandy pair of scissors, taking this and basically just cutting out as much of the excess that I could, which I am demonstrating now, in case you didn't ever learn to cut and paste, I guess. So, I recommend keeping like a wastebasket nearby because you end up with a lot of scrap. So you end up with something like this. Then what I've been doing is, where did I put it? As you can tell, I'm not exactly 100% prepared. There we go. I bought myself a bulk box of glue sticks. And it's just like, the regular school glue stick, nothing special about it. I've tried a few different brands. Some are better, some are worse. This one's middling, but you could buy it in bulk, so that's what I did. And then what I've been doing, not sure where I put it, hold on. Alright, found it. Just take a scrap piece of paper, put it down on your desk. Here, I will even demonstrate up close if my webcam would like to stay put. Before you do this, make sure you've got a sheet of the thicker stuff ready, which I've got here. Then you basically just glue the heck out of this piece that you cut out. I mean, I guess if you were very accurate, you wouldn't need the extra piece of paper, but I like to just plaster it on, so oops. Also avoid doing that, because it can put some crinkles in. Usually I check it against the light source, and I can see I've missed some spots. If you miss some spots, it's not the end of the world. It just makes it more complex later. And I still missed a few spots. I've also tried that glue that goes on purple and then dries, but I found that it actually dried too fast. So it wasn't helping me as much as I thought it would. This glue's actually a little softer than I'd like, but I mean, it's school glue, so once you've got that, since I messed up a bit, it kind of peels off of there. You take your good piece, take that, and I've found that it helps if you just press it down more firmly with another piece. Now, a word of warning, as the glue dries, this piece will curl. I think it'll curl this way. So what I've been doing is I've just been basically piling them up and then setting like a heavy book on top of them so that it stays flat. And then you essentially do that for all of your pieces, and once you've got it to there, you're ready to cut the pieces out, which I will show you as the next step. Once you've got everything glued together, you'll have a big stack of paper like that, and all you have to do is take a pair of scissors, roughly cut it out just to get the shapes apart. And then once the shapes are apart, you do more of a fine trim, so you actually cut to the line. You can also cut it out with a knife if that's easier. Some of the shapes, if there's internal parts, you sort of have to do it with a knife. I just use like a regular X-Acto knife. Doesn't matter if you cut a little bit off of the lines, but obviously the more accurate the better. Just cut out this final little piece. The other good thing to do is to make sure you've got like a place to dump all the scrap. I've just got an empty box here so I can dump the stuff in. So once you've got the piece cut out, you can see that there are dotted lines here. Let me see if I can find, because there's two types of lines. There's the dashed lines sort of like that, and then there are also lines like this. That tells you which side you need to score on. On this side, like on this line, you score on the back side. On these lines, you actually score along the lines. So, if you want, usually to keep them nicer and straighter, I sort of put a ruler along it. Well, not sort of, I actually do put a ruler along it. And you just lightly score. You don't want to cut through, you just sort of want to break the surface of the top layer of paper so it wants to bend there. So there, and there, and then when you bend it, it automatically wants to bend where you scored it, obviously. And then these will be the parts, the tabs that you glue to the next piece. So that would take us to assembly, and I think I will save that for the next video because I've got a lot of cutting out to do. And once I start assembling, I will make a video about that to show you how I do it. See ya!